Happy Father's Day, y'all. I know it's a little bit late, but I really took time today. That's why I didn't see any video from me so far. So happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Well, guys, I want to cover with you something really important that may start happening tomorrow, June 21st. It's not the gamma squeeze. No, that's not it. Okay, this is something totally different. But I hear you. All right, guys, this is about rule NSCC 002. So this is a rule that was, introduced back in 2020. And then the whole purpose of this rule was to really diminish and minimize the risk of member of the DTCC as a clearinghouse being exposed to a systemic risk and a liquidity risk. So being short on money because they are losing too much money on the positions they're taking. So back in May, there was already a ruling on this, but they really didn't give a status, and they made an extension of 45 days, leading them on the June 21st date where the SEC is going to decide whether or not they're going to approve or disapprove or start proceeding on this rule. If you are not caught up to this, and I mentioned this a couple of times on my channel here, this rule purpose is to really make sure they have a shift into how they do calculate and collect the supplemental liquidity deposits for all the clearing members. All right. Basically, if you are holding a position and you're losing too much money, way more money than you use, you will get a margin call. Now, when you do get a margin call, it doesn't necessarily mean that you need to close your position. Okay. Maybe because sometimes something might happen with the share price, and then tomorrow or 2 days after you recover quickly. But when you get a margin call, you can either close the position or you can add additional money. Now, by doing this, they were used to do those calculations on a monthly basis. But we know that the hedges have been getting around this rule because they were using the options activity and giving the impression that they were covering, so not being that close to a liquidity risk in order to get some margin calls. And now with this new rule, they're shifting to getting a daily automated calculation, okay, and collection for these margin requirements. Basically, if you are short like Citadel and other hedges are in AMC, like they're losing a ton of money because with the 47, 42 days average days to cover, they are in here with an average cost of what, $10. So right now we are $60. So they are short 600%, and we're talking billions of dollars because they really thought, it was a home run shorting AMC. Now, if on a daily basis, since they're already losing money, they cannot use that trick they were using anymore in order to, go around this rule and avoid margin calls. So that being said, it's a good thing for us. So because even if they add more money, that money is going to be difficult to get because the banks who are used to work with those hedges and lending them money, giving them those huge credit lines are now saying, hey, back with what happened with Credit Suisse and the whole Archegos scandal, I don't want to go down with you. You do you, I do me. There is too much attention here because, guys, as I mentioned yesterday on my video, it's not only about AMC or GameStop short squeeze. It's not only about the meme stocks. It's also, and more importantly, about other, ETFs, mutual funds, pension funds, 401k that are also losing money and getting manipulated because of these same tricks companies like Citadel are using in AMC and GameStop. So the SEC is really, working hard on this to pass and making sure that it gets fixed because it's not fair even for people that are not in AMC. So it's really generalized and not only for AMC, and that's why this is really a good and a great milestone. So based on this tweet that I shared with you a couple of weeks ago, it seems like tomorrow is going to be approved, okay, June 21st, because based on my research, since they already went through a 45-day extension, they can't do that anymore. So either it's going to be approved or disapproved, but you just can't know. You just never know what might happen. They might come up with something else. But it seems like things are really looking good for this to get approved. So guys, if it's the case, then this is something that will advance us closer and closer to those margin calls that will get the actual short squeeze to happen, and that's where we get the victory for this battle. All right, guys, that's it for this video. I will see you in the next one.